What is up, Pyromaniacs? Boundless is here. We are back in the world of Boundless. We're bum rushing a GM, apparently.
Abo!
Oh, dude, I like that tool he's got there. That's pretty cool looking.
Which one?
The slingshot on the right, his right hand that looks like it's glowing. It's fucking sick looking. All right. So we've lots happened since the last video. This is a new hub here in Thosa, which is one of the new areas that was added with the PlayStation launch. For those guys who are curious on how to get here, this is the Landless hub right here. This is the Bitula hub. That's basically it. You can pretty much get here from anywhere. There's Feminorum, where we started from, so pretty nice little area. Is this, yeah. Yes. Oh, babe, I'm still saying it's you come out of this portal, we're nowhere to be seen, even in peripheral. That 30 frame or field of view.
I mean, you would kind of see it from this one.
Oh, from the Beebs Verona or whatever, you can see it for sure, definitely. But the Lambless one, it's behind, is that field of view. So we moved here when it first got set up. Originally the house was set up over here. We did break down the old Bitula base completely. You can see we've got spark going and everything in our nice little safety crafting cube here, which is what I call this. Grab some gleam off that. Thank you much. Open up our little package.
I like that you missed the part when I died.
You just died? Well, shit.
I may have walked off the hub to follow you, but I have no health still.
See, this is what I don't understand. My alt was able to place plots in my area, but I can't place plots in your area. Okay, now I can. What the fuck? Oh, no, that's way over. Whoa. I can add plots all the way over at the other base from here. That is insane.
It's got a long range.
Yeah, it's got a massive range. So anyways, female Steve. Nice. Nice. So this is going to be our new shop here. I'm going to have it set up by the end of the day. It is set up here at the Thosa hub. I'm going to get to cracking on building it here in just a second. And for those of you guys who are curious where this location actually is, it's right here. 1845 north, negative 799 east. So we'll be buying and selling a variety of stuff. So if you want to come and, you know, hang out or whatever, then you're welcome to come stop by. Anyways, let me get the base built and I'll show you guys what it looks like afterwards. All right, so I've done a little bit here. Not a whole lot. Well, why is the screen twitching like that? That was weird. Okay, hang on. New mouse. It doesn't exactly fit in my hand like my old one does, and I've got like 8 years of muscle memory with the Razer Naga, and now I've switched to the Logitech G502. Sorry, I had to flip it upside down. So it's a nice mouse. I just haven't configured it yet, and it's very sensitive compared to my old one. So I need to change it a little bit. So the house is hideous right now. It's definitely not perfect by any means, but it is something. You'll notice it's about halfway done. I plan on putting a glass roof all the way out to the front, and then we're going to do something with the front, which I'll have to kind of pull this back a little bit here. So this like whole area right here, this one block setup here, because that's where my base ends, is right here. So we're going to make some pillars and arches and a few things there, but I did want to get something up tonight. We've had a lot going on and been busy and shit, so right now, we've got a basic ore stand here going. I am selling copper ore for 5 silver, iron ore for 7 silver. Whoa, that bug annoys me. And then I am buying copper for 4, iron for 6, gold for 84, silver 84, and titanium for 167. Those prices seem to be about average, if not a little bit better than average. I'm also buying glue and fibrous and pretty much all forms of coal. So this is going to obviously expand over the next couple days as because just making these things takes a while. So I think it's about an hour per 10, if I recall. So I think so. I think that's what it is. I believe those are made in the refinery. Now I have 3 refineries now, so we can kind of go ham on these. Let's see. None, all recipes. Where are they? Yeah, so shop stand right here. If I were to bulk craft 10 of them, it takes an hour. If I was to do 50, which I want to, but probably won't anytime soon, that's going to take 6 hours. So you can kind of see some of these crafting recipes start taking a little while. So what I'll probably end up doing is crafting 50 in one of the refineries and then leave the rest of them going with other stuff. Because like I said, I do have that's Centriforge, compactor, mixer, and then we've got refinery, workbench, refinery, extractor, refinery. So I was able to get 2 refineries fairly cheap. We will eventually be moving the storage off the base here and either into the basement or upstairs. We're going to be wiring all of the power cores up top to kind of get those things going, and I'm going to get them off the ledge over here. We'll probably have them like I'll have one probably right about here, one air gap from the wall. So like it'll be right, yeah, it'll be right here, and then the power core would be on this wall. And so we'd surround it with the 10 power cores around it, and then we'll have them spaced out to where there's one air gap the whole way down. So it'll look pretty sick when it's all done. You'll basically walk in and there'll be like a laser light show above you. So it'll be pretty cool. And I kind of have plans to redo the walls as well. I just haven't got around to it yet. I liked the initial look of Gleam, but I don't know. Kind of changed my mind now. So we'll see. But anyways, what I'm trying to fool around with now, you'll notice in the top left-hand corner, it says acquire a Centriforge compound, Centriforge gum, and a Centriforge resin. And all of that stuff is here in the extractor. So the compound is right here. There's a couple different types of some of this stuff. So for instance, you have, Pure Boon Compound 1, Compound 2, Compound 3. All of these require different stuff, and all of them require at least the compound base. Now the compound base, this is the problem right here, is the reactive lamella. Reactive lamellas, from my understanding, are only found in the really, really, really nasty areas. Like, I think it's 5 or 6 planets, I think. So reactive laminas, obviously, or oddly enough, they come from mushrooms and such, so you don't have to kill anything. They run about 75 gold right now. Now, that's one of the things I haven't, excuse me as I choke, that's one of the few things I haven't put in my shop yet, so I think we're going to fix that right now. Assuming I can find one. Is that one right there? That's a petal. The lamellas... Yeah, some of them, sometimes they go into the food because there's edible lamellas, and sometimes the edible lamellas go into food. I do have food here, but I don't think I have any. Yeah, that's all. What about the raw food over here? I know I had like 1 million. Is it? Actually, let's do it this way. Another tip. This is a 3x3. If you access it from the middle, you get to access everything. So I always forget and access it from the side. There we go. There's an edible lamella. So we're going to pull that out, and let's see if we can't set this up. I don't know if we can, but this will be something we definitely want. So to show you guys how these things work, you pick your item, you drop it in here. Now, keep in mind, notice it's at 14. So I set it up, 1, drop it in, and immediately goes back. So you don't actually lose your setup. Now, the cool thing is, it seems to do every single kind of food that there possibly could be. So you can get pretty much any kind of food, which is cool, and at the same time is a major drawback, because what I want is the reactive lamella, which obviously isn't there, sadly. And I don't see another one anywhere. I don't think the earth root will do it either, because that's edible food. So what we're going to do is we're going to go see if we can find some. because we're getting to the point now where we're needing to do bulk mining, and bulk mining kind of only works. I mean, it doesn't kind of only work. It can work in a lot of ways, but it seems to work best when you can do AoE destruction and such. Trying to remember where Cat's special shop is. There's a really nice shop that's up here. It's got a website. All of his prices are listed online, which is great because then you can kind of compare prices from him with other people, which allows you to really... What the fuck? Needs to open to a shop in 72 hours, so closer. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I believe you can actually set up these things here and kind of hook up with different people. Is this? No, this isn't it. But we're gonna step through here real quick because we can always go back. Yeah, I don't see anything here. I like how we're getting Star Explorer. I've been going through all these different places for the past couple of days, and I'm just now starting to get some of my some of those achievements, which is funny because I'm coming through quite a few of these. Blinkley. This is another one. I apparently got Star Explorer twice. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm just saying it's a little weird. Alright. Me and Kat are going to be setting up our own little shop here. But again, to get to this portal stuff is not easy. Is this... No, it's hide. Okay. Damn. Well, a lot of people selling ores and such. Alright guys, well I'm going to look around and see if I can't find some of this reactive lamella, and if we can, we may get into some centriforging tonight, or at least testing it out. Alright, so in this dude's shop, I found some being sold for 159 each. That's pretty expensive, so I'm not going to buy them all. I'm only going to buy a few. 5. He's charging... about 30 more than it seems like is the normal price for him. But that's fine. I'm not going to complain too much. There we go. Buy them. Alright, so now that I have them, that gives us a couple benefits. Let's get back to our base. Make sure we're in the right spot. We want to come down here. Yeah, here we go. And our spot is over here. Perfect. I do like these portals. It allows you to get around very quickly, very easily. The problem, though, is sometimes it makes it very hard to figure out what the hell's going on. Because you end up kind of thinking you're going in the right direction, you end up kind of going in circles. Wife did tell me that I hadn't set up the spark stuff, so I gotta set that up real quick. There we go. Alright. Just gonna set it up over here on the far right. But that means I need to be up on top of these. Let's do it this way. Alright. 1, 2. Come on. Jesus. Alright, there we go. Refinery, where are you? There we go. Put you here and then put you there. Alright. So, refinery first. There we go. Then we want to lay the spark down here. Come on now. There we go. And if we're lucky, I can tank off of it. I can. And then we're going to set the spark generator right there for now. It should connect, I hope. Can't really tell. Yeah, it's connected. Perfect. All right, so that'll fuel all the stuff. Okay, we do need to put some spark in there, but before I get too crazy with that, I do want to come down here to this. And we want to take you out, because you. There we go. Put the one in. Set price. Okay, so we need reactive lamellas. Going prices would be best 74 for them now. So we're going to pay 75 for them. And then if we get extras, we can turn around and sell them. All right, so that's the list of stuff that I need now. Now, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to get into centriforging. Now, centriforging, let's go ahead and collect this stuff real quick. Thank you, sir. All right, centriforging is kind of interesting in the aspects that there is a lot of stuff that goes into it. Now, I do want to throw out the caveat that I am not well-versed yet in centriforging. I am going to take 3 points out of decoration to kind of get started here. And I don't think I have any of the other epics that are going to help us out. Okay, so couple things. First off, vitality. This gives us 100 stability bonus used in the centriforging process. Now it's 100 per point in vitality. You can see we can have 8, so that would give you a total of 800. Power bonus gives you 200 vigor per point, which at 8 would give you 1600. Control does nothing, and then I think it's, where's the other one? There you go. Intelligence gives you a potency by 10%, which means you get an 80% potency setup, and I think that's everything. Attributes bonus down here on the far right, this gives you the ability to do 5, which also boosts all of your base attributes. So by boosting this, not only are you boosting everything for the price of 1, you're boosting everything by 2. So instead of spending 1 point here, you can spend 1 point here, which is the equivalent of 2 points there. Does that make sense? So we are going to most likely start with attribute bonus. Now, a couple of the other things here that we've got to take into account. I'm trying to remember where it is. Forging epic increases the flexibility when calculating in the centriforge and gives you 2 extra ingredient slots in the deck. Now, right now, ingredient slots aren't going to mean a whole lot to us because we just simply, we don't have that many slots. We're going to be basically poor when it comes to all of this stuff. So it doesn't really matter for us, but it's something that we're going to want to keep in mind later. So we have 7 points right now. We're going to throw 5 into here. That's going to give us 2 in all of these. And then that gives us 2 less, or 2 extra. I think we're going to put those in vitality for right now, which is going to give us an extra 2 stability. So for all intents and purposes, 5, 6, 7, that's going to give us 700 stability. I'm assuming that's good. We may be investing that poorly because one of the other ones might be better for us, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and confirm. And yes. Okay, so we're good. Who is this running around? Is that Timmy? Yeah, she's getting some. All right. Wow. Oh, she's sorting our stuff for us. Oh, that's why I love this woman. One of the many, many, many reasons why I love this woman. I think she's making everything pretty for me. I think. I'm not sure. All right, so let's jump up here real quick to the centriforge and see what all we need to get started with this. Now, I will be doing, once we get kind of, or once I get kind of familiar with it, I will be doing a video guide on how to use the centriforge. At the moment, centriforge. Is it? I think it's extractor. Once I learn a little bit, we'll come back and play with this. All right, so we need 1 charcoal, 1 glass, and 1 reactive lamella. Now we have the reactive lamella. I may have some glass in here. If not, I'll break one. I think we're gonna have to break one. And I have the lamella, yes? Yeah, we have the lamella. So I need reactive glass and charcoal, and I know we've got 1 piece of charcoal. There she is. I'm gonna go ahead and say yoink. And then I just need glass, so we're just gonna break this block right there. Thank you, sir. All right. It's weird that I got EXP for that. Not quite sure why I got EXP for that. All right. Compound base. Oh, I would love to do mass crafting on this. That's one problem with getting mass crafting is once you get it, every single fucking thing you do, you want to mass craft because it saves you so many resources. But at the same time, it then costs so many resources because you can't just, you know, basically make a quick tool here and there because you want to make a million. And then on top of that, you know, it's not something that just takes 30 seconds. Now you gotta wait 5 minutes for it to do its thing. Are we waiting on... Do we need spark for this? I guess not. Alright, so we've got our acquire a centriforge compound that should take it off on the top left, unless this is just a basic compound. All right, so now that we've gotten that, let's look at... Did that actually open something up for us or no? Okay, so now that we have the compound base, now we need... See, this is ingredient which gives up to an extra 100 points depending on effectiveness. Okay, well that's kind of cool. This one would give us 200 points. This one would give us 500 points. And some of these other ones are kind of weird. So we're just going to take the basic one here. Let's make one of the fresh vital essences. Now, I believe I've got stuff on me that would allow me to do it. But we're just going to come over here and steal just one. Because again, I don't think we're going to actually make something this time. I think we're just going to play around with it. We may not even be able to play around with it much. Okay, extractor. There we go. Pure moon compound. Hey, we get to craft 4 of these bad mamma jammas. Well, hell yes. Jesus. 100 of them. That's actually not too bad. Ooh. Ooh. And then what about this thing? Compound base, glass, reactive lamella, mass crafting. We would need 36. That would give us 50. So 50 would then turn into, because that's going to give us 50 of these, which would then give us the ability to make 200 of these. Actually, that's 2036. Would give us a lot. Let's just say it would be a lot. That starts getting compounded there. All right, so that knocked off one of those things. So my understanding of the centriforge is we put the pure boon here, we put the hammer in here, and when effective centriforge session, it all depends on gear flexibility. Machine power 0, and your intelligence 20. For more effectiveness means more effectiveness means more boon points for creating positive traits. Lower effectiveness can bring good outcome if you use higher level ingredients, and very low effectiveness if you unlikely to give you. Okay, yeah. So basically, the better off you are, the more you'll do. So add setting resin to ingredients deck. So to get the setting resin, let's see, recipes. So these are all the compounds. Now we need a resin, I think. This is all special gum. This is all catalysts, removals, setting resin right here. So that requires a resin base, which I didn't see, but I'm assuming that's way back up here at the top. Resin base, glass, sap, and ancient vital essence. And then I'm assuming we need a couple of these other aspects here. So sadly, we don't have all the materials yet required to do this stuff. We've got most of it, but not 100%. That bitter bean, I know for a fact I don't have. But once we get all of these things plugged in, they'll fill in here. You notice there's a spot here and a spot here. That's the spots left open for that epic skill I showed you, which will give us the 2 spots, which we will definitely end up picking up in the next couple of days. Hopefully, our little shop here will pick up a few things. Our little portal hub has not exactly been bamming and jamming. It gets a lot of traffic. I think this is an hour's worth. Yeah, so 90 footsteps in an hour, and I don't believe it counts Timmy and Super because both of them are on the list. But you can see that we are making some progress here. Once we get the centriforge working, my goal is to make an AoE hammer. That is like my #1 goal. I'm hoping to be able to do that this weekend. Of course, you guys probably aren't seeing this video till Monday morning, but I'm hoping to be able to get an AoE hammer done this weekend because we know where to get diamonds, and then we can go through and start really making some high-end progress. But the AoE hammers, we're still struggling to kind of figure out. I know it's something to do with the centriforge. We're just not sure exactly what yet. So, but anyways, guys, I think that's a good stopping spot for this video. This little portal hub here that we're kind of taking a big role in and working on. This is Super Pie's house right here. And this is Cat's area here. And then we also own, previously my base was right over there. So we also own basically everything that's in purple here. So all the way back to basically that little mini mountain right there under my cursor. So we moved, they had claimed a lot of this stuff up front. They released it all, which allowed us to build stuff right basically on the main pathway. And we're hoping that's gonna get us a lot more foot traffic. The only downside is over here, we owned the road. Now the road gets, like, you can see how many people are walking back and forth on this road. This road right here went right by our houses, and each of us claimed that road, which means each of us got all of the footfalls. Well, now, where we are now, you can see my base starts right here, but this is the hub. So those guys get access to all that, which, I mean, it's not that big a deal, but it's kind of a bummer. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys are liking this series. If you do, please slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next clip.